They want to become millionaires within a year or within 2 years or 3 years, which is actually practically not possible. I never think about doing a job. I always thought of creating a job. So when I get up, I see and I say, yes, I'm successful because I'm happy what I'm doing. So if you have an ability, if you have got a strong mindset, and if you are very focused in what you want to do, and if you have that ability to take the risk in your life of doing anything, then you are an entrepreneur.
So, what are your thoughts on reality shows in India like Shark Tank?
I can just say that yes, it is also a great marketing strategy which both the parties do. We don't know who has got how much of, uh, you know, investments from the big sharks. So if we are eliminating the humans, that will be our biggest mistake because humans cannot be replaced ever by an AI.
So, before we talk about entrepreneurship, your journey, and everything, let us go back. So, who was Harshal sir as a 17 years old or a 18 years old boy?
So me as a 17, 18 years old boy was a mediocre student in a school who used to play a lot of cricket and was not very much intended towards studies, yeah, but was in a medium scope, was inclined towards doing engineering, but end up doing hotel management, MBA, and then lawyer. So now I have done a lot of things. And in past 17, when I was 18, 17 years, yes, as a normal school boy, I used to also think uh, that what I'm now, I never thought that I would be way back when I was 17, 18 years old.
Okay. So, how did this entrepreneurship journey get started? Did it get started back in those days or after the college and all these things got over?
So this entrepreneurship journey basically started when I was in the class 12th, basically, because my family got inclined towards this business of hospitality sector. And that motivated me of joining this business and becoming an entrepreneur. Then I pursued my studies in hospitality and hotel administration and completed my master's in business administration and then completed my LLB. So this gives me a lot of boost and confidence to become an entrepreneur in over the period of time. And I think this journey was very much great. And I feel that the mindset of entrepreneurship was always in me because I belong to a business family. So when you belong to a business family, of course, that inheritance of becoming an entrepreneur in future comes in you. So I have seen my family doing business from past all my life, about 25 years now. So I think so. Being doing business in life or becoming an entrepreneur, creating job opportunities, or doing anything that creates a big impact in the society was always there in me.
Okay. So, how would you define entrepreneurship?
So entrepreneurship, when I learned it, it defines a simple definition. Any person who has a risk taking ability is an entrepreneur. So if you have an ability, if you have got a strong mindset, and if you are very focused in what you want to do, and if you have that ability to take the risk in your life of doing anything, then you are an entrepreneur. It's not only for doing any business or doing any big thing only. If you want to start with a smaller thing, if you want to do a niche thing in the market, then you should be able to start with it. You should have the ability to begin that thing. You should not think about the obstacles which are coming in your way. So that is what, if you have the power to take the risk in your life to do something extraordinary which creates an impact, that is what an entrepreneur is. And that's what I also define in my dictionary.
Okay. So, how did you mitigate the risks that you faced, in your journey of entrepreneurship? Because this is one of the biggest fear that any person, has before pursuing this kind of fields that has a lot of risk level. So, how do you mitigate this kind of risks?
See, there are a lot of risk when you are doing the business. The business, what is the biggest risk what can have? I can lose the money, or maybe I can lose the respect, or maybe everything, right? So that is what the risk is. In my case, the risk was losing the money because I did not have experience. When a person is doing the business, he can only learn it in a two way, by either devoting the time or giving the experiences, or by losing the money. So in my case, my family lost a lot of money when they developed this business because none of us had an experience of this industry before. So similarly, when I was being in this industry, the biggest setback which I was getting was of my age factor. I was technically very sound. My education was apt for this business, but my age, my experience was way behind what already my company, the employees in my company were having. So this was the basic difference, or you can say the drawback which I could face when I joined my company. So these all are the kind of roller coasters the entrepreneurs have to go in their day to day life. And you see the biggest crisis what we faced in the COVID-19 in 2020 and 22. This was the 2 years which were devastating for not only my industry but also on all the service industry, if we call about. So these were the challenges where as an entrepreneur you have to take a risk management ability, or you have to take the decisions very decisively in your future to sustain your company. So these all are the big challenges what an entrepreneur have to take, because it's not only you have to drive the company ahead, but you have got a lot of responsibility in terms of the employees which are working with you and their families are dependent on you. So these are the biggest challenges what we faced and what I personally have faced in this past few years.
Okay, so you mentioned the age factor, and I can also personally relate to this. So, according to you, I want to understand that what is the right age to start entrepreneurship?
See, there is no age. I guess you are also very young and you are starting your own podcast channel. I think you are an entrepreneur yourself. So I think there is a no age bar to become an entrepreneur. When I started my journey, I was hardly 17 and a half, maybe 16, because that mindset is always you get in yourself that I want to become. Maybe you are not inclined towards it, but if you even think that I want to become an entrepreneur, your journey starts right from there. So when I was in my high school, I was like very clear that I want to join my business. So I will only do business, or become an entrepreneur. I never think about doing a job. I always thought of creating a job. So that mindset also makes you an entrepreneur. It's not only when you enter into it. If your mind is very clear what you want to do, and if you are creating the job for the future, that's all an entrepreneur is. So there is no age limit. Even a person of 60 years can become an entrepreneur. Even a person of the age of 12 can also become an entrepreneur.
So now let's get into the business. As you mentioned that you're into the hospitality management and all these things. So first I would like to, get the basic idea about what is hospitality management and what do you actually do?
See, my company is Clarrisa Group. So our company is divided into two channels. One is Clarrisa Resorts and Hotels. The another sector is Clarrisa Residency. So our first channel, Clarrisa Resorts and Hotels, basically have hotels and resorts pan India. We are currently running 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star resorts in various locations. If I talk about some locations, we are currently in Jim Corbett National Park. We are into Goa. We are into Mukteshwar, having diverse in our service abilities, like we are doing destination weddings, corporates, FITs, group bookings, schools, colleges. So that has created a lot of opportunities for us, and we are creating a vocational uh, tourism and boosting the tourism for the states itself. So we are basically into hospitality sector in that particular channel. If we talk about another channel, which is Clarissa Residency, that is purely about the real estate and real estate development. So there we are creating a high end villas for the elite people who want to make their second home. So that's what our motive is, because after COVID we have seen a lot of people who want to migrate from metropolitan areas and want to move on to some secluded places in the mountains where they can find some peace and natural climate. So that's what our company is doing. We are making very high tech and technology friendly villas for the people, so that they can spend the rest of their life in the sheer luxury and take the benefit of our company.
In simple terms, if you'd like to define what is real estate business?
Real estate business is very simple. What you buy and what you sell is a real estate. It can be any asset. If you say that I only want to buy a property, it may be a commercial, it may be residential. If you are buying any of the property, that is also real estate. If you are selling that property, that is also real estate. So if you're staying at your home, that is a asset for you. And if you're selling that asset, then there is obviously there is a transaction between the commodities. Then that's also real estate. So real estate cannot be defined in any of the words. The real estate is very vast. It has got a lot of things which we include. So basically the real estate is when the people find something which is beneficial for them, or which creates uh, a money generation, which creates a return on their investment. That is a real estate. It can be residential, it can be commercial. So both come into real estate. So that's a simple definition which I can tell you.
Okay. So a lot of things that you are doing, like, resorts, real estate, you have done your MBA, you're also a lawyer. So after doing so many things, do you think that you are successful? And if so, I would like to understand that what are the key measures that you go through in order to find out that someone is successful?
See, successful is always in your mind. If you don't feel you are successful, you are not motivated. So even if you have got a smaller targets, if you have got a smaller priorities, and if you achieve them, you think you are successful. And I feel that I'm also successful. If I will always say that I have not succeeded in one of the things, that will demotivate me. And I think this practice should be followed by every person. If they want to motivate themselves, if they want to build their self confidence, they should give credit to oneself. So that is very much important, to give the boost to one. That is very important. So when I get up, I see and I say, yes, I'm successful because I'm happy what I'm doing. That is very much important. I'm enthusiastic, I'm very excited towards my work. I have a lot of passion of doing, and I'm very passionate that I will take my business to the next height. So that is also success. So if you are happy in what you are doing, then there is no scale of finding a success. I think you are already successful because you have find a correct channel for you to go.
Wow, I think that's a great definition. Okay. So now, as you have also mentioned about tech and AI, and I think this is one of the hot topics that I discuss on my podcast. So I want to understand, okay, how do you implement technology and artificial intelligence into businesses like hospitality and real estate?
So I don't know how many of you might know or not. Clarissa became the first company to turn 100% electronic in 2022 when the first wave of COVID came. So we made a e-web check-in website. Now everybody will be very amazed that how can a hotel become a e-check-in. So when you go to any cinema halls, you go to aeroplane bookings, or you go to a railway station bookings, or any of these bookings, everything can be done with your one click from your phone. You select your seats, you select your planes, and everything is right from the phone. But when you are doing your hotel booking, what is the maximum you can do? You can just choose your hotel, nothing else. But Clarissa has come up with a technology where if you choose Clarissa will come up with another thing which will allow you to choose a room number. It will also allow you to more customize, like choosing your table number in the restaurant. It has digitalized everything. So now if you are coming, you do not have to wait in the long queues in a reception. You can just directly go from the front office directly to your room, and you can just scan the QR code, and your room is right. And you are right inside your room. So I think so that technology has been never created before. So, and if you think that Zomato or Swiggy is there, but the Clarissa has created their own menu in a QR code form. So if you're sitting in your room, you have got a television, you can just choose your menu, anything, and anything can come inside your room via in-room dining. Or if you want to go in a restaurant, so via QR code, you can select your table number and you can just block your table. And even when you want to check out or you want to avail any of the amenities, you have got everything in an app, and you can follow that. So even paying the bills or any of these things, you just have to just scan the QR code and make the payments. So that has reduced the customer touch points to a vast. So we do not require much of the employees, and also have eased our work as well as the customers which we are catering. And I think so It has been a very tough initially, but now the people are getting adaptive to it.
After implementing all these technologies, do you think that you had to lay off a lot of employees or few employees due to the advancement of such technologies and AI? So basically, what my question is that can this kind of advanced technologies and artificial intelligence replace jobs?
Artificial intelligence can never replace jobs, because what is artificial intelligence and who has created? It is we humans have created. And AI can never replace a human. That is impossible. AI is just created to ease the work of a human and not to eliminate them. So where we at Clarrisa have a highest retention policy in whole of the Uttarakhand right now. So we have employees which have been working for us for last 10 years, and we are also into women empowerment. We are also into giving the jobs to the specially able people. We are also into socially, social activities. We are also into conservation of the forest and wildlife. So we are doing a lot of activities which have created a boost to the rural areas of India and creating the job. We are not here to take out or lay off our employees. We are here to generate more job for the people. We are here to make them aware of the new technology which are coming in our company, so that their work is easier, because now the paperwork has been eliminated by the softwares. So I think so, who actually work in those softwares, that is the human who are actually entering all the data in that software. So if we are eliminating the humans, that will be our biggest mistake, because humans cannot be replaced ever by an AI.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts on reality shows on about entrepreneurship in India, like Shark Tank and Horses Stable? What are your thoughts on these types of reality shows?
See, I am no one to comment on these shows, but I can just say that yes, it is also a great marketing strategy which both the parties do, either the judges or maybe the contestant. We don't know who has got how much of, uh, you know, investments from the big sharks, but yes, they have got a great brand value, and they have also got a huge market share in terms of promotion and marketing skills. So yes, I must say it was a great platform for doing marketing for your products.
So, after all these hypes and trends of entrepreneurship through reality shows and all these videos on social media that is promoting entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship in the country, where do you see entrepreneurship in next 5 years?
I think entrepreneurship is right now on the peak. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry wants to become an entrepreneur. If you talk to a 12-year boy, he also wants to sell something. And if you see a 60-year-old man, even he also wants to sell something. If you talk about Kentucky Fried Chicken, that was invented by a man who was already 64 years old. So I think so he made millionaire after becoming 64. And I have seen a lot of young chap who are just 14, 15 years old, and they are doing wonderful, and there is no bar of becoming entrepreneur. I think so India is the one country which has generated a lot of entrepreneurs in last 10 years, and a lot of unicorns have also become a huge success in the world. And I think so in next 5 years we will be the leading country which will have the largest economy, and also will be the country with largest number of unicorns and entrepreneurs on this earth.
What will be your message to those budding entrepreneurs who want to pursue this field and build a career out of it, follow their passion? So what will be the message to them that you would like to give them?
I think so the biggest message I can give is the persistence. If they pass the persistence test, then they can become an entrepreneur very easily. That is the one of the biggest thing what I think is lacking into today's generation, because they don't stick to their business. They are diverting from their business. They want to become millionaires within a year or within 2 years or 3 years, which is actually practically not possible. If you're not giving time to your business, if you're not understanding it, devoting time towards it, then it is not possible to grow your business to become it a unicorn. So if you are starting it today, do not expect that your business will grow in next 1 month and you will become an entrepreneur or you will become a millionaire. That is not possible. So you need to have a lot of patience. You need to be very much focused. You have to face the failure. So that is the biggest thing which will come in your path. And if you allow the failure to hamper your brain or your path or your focus, what you want to do ahead, then you can never be an entrepreneur. So I think so that is very much important, that you should be very much focused, honest, hardworking, and dedicated towards what you are doing. You should not get deviated from your path. And the last thing what I can say is you should always dream big in your life. You should never say that I cannot do it, because that can create an image of yourself and you can demotivate yourself. You should always keep in your mind that I can do anything, and you should always dream big in your life.
I think that is a very strong message to all the listeners for today. So thank you so much, sir, for this amazing time.